Hey, what's going on, guys? It's DK back at you with another video here to break down the 5-game NBA DFS slate on Draftkings. If this is your first time watching, cover content for Draftkings, DFS, NBA, NFL, as well as for player prop stuff. The sponsor of the video, that would be Parlay Play, a player prop site where you're building out slips of player props. How it works is all the sports that they have are up here. And yeah, you can win up to 155x your money. So if you guys do want to give it a try, you can use the code DKDFS or the link down below for a $100 deposit match bonus. But they do offer like slash lines at times here, like De'Aaron Fox. We got a 0.5 point total. So I'm going to go ahead and take advantage of that after I make this video. But yeah, give it a try, guys. If you do, click that link and deposit. It does help support the channel, so I greatly appreciate that. And yeah, if you're looking for more content, it's always going to check out my Patreon link down below. It's been an insane month for player prop stuff. I'm up over 50 units this month alone. So yeah, it's been a wild run there. Let's recap last night for DFS. So last night I played light just because I was not going to be around. Hold on, I got a sneeze coming. Also, sorry if I'm sniffling a lot. Like, I don't know why my allergies are so bad right now. I had to go re-up on some Flonase, but yeah, so I basically stacked this Houston and Boston game and ended up working out. You know, Houston was very shorthanded. I mean, over 60% of the field faded Shengoat with the team to himself. They say there's no edge left in DFS, right? But yeah, basically ran a stack there, ran it back, Jokic, Michael Porter Jr. So yeah, it was a good day. Of course, the day I play light, my lineup is very well. This was in the big, $15 or whatever it was. So if I played my normal, probably would have won $300-400 or whatever, but that's just how it goes. So that's a recap there. And let's talk about the slate. So Denver, Indiana, the first game here. Denver, you got Michael Porter Jr. and Aaron Gordon, both probable. So fully expect both those guys to play. Top end, I mean, I'm pretty high on both Jokic and Jamal Murray. It's a great spot here against the Pacers. And yeah, I think Jokic is underpriced. I think Jamal Murray's been underpriced. Listen, Jamal Murray no longer on a limit. He played 39 minutes last game, 37 here, 38 minutes here. I think both the two main Denver stars look good here in Jokic and Murray. I'm high in both. The other guys, like Michael Porter Jr., Aaron Gordon, are both reasonable. The minutes have ticked up for MPJ, 30-plus minutes now the last 5 games. Aaron Gordon, sub 6K minutes. I would expect probably low to mid-30s minutes from him. So both reasonable options in a game that, should be played at a fast pace. KCP's minutes have also ticked up too. He's a 3-and-D guy, but he's just kind of there, right? He's making shots he does with a ceiling. And then off the bench, you got Reggie Jackson at 4.1. I think we can probably expect around 20 minutes from him. Makes him a fair punt play. Peyton Watson, he'll play some backup forward, 3.6K, makes him viable. DeAndre Jordan's 3.6. He's been backing up Jokic, but the minutes have not been great just because the minutes have ticked up on Jokic. And then you got Christian Brown kind of rounding out the rotation. He should see, I don't know, mid-teens minutes or so. So you do have like some punt plays that are playable here for Denver. Some of those guys on the bench like Reggie and Peyton Watson and Christian Brown. Let's talk about the Pacers. So Pacers, Halliburton and Nembhard both questionable. Isaiah Jackson as well. Now, I don't know what happened last game because TJ McConnell was a super sharp play. Anyone that played McConnell last slate got punished for absolutely no reason. Just barely started and barely played. How did I know to fade? I don't know how I knew. Yeah, McConnell was a sharp play, and if you played him last slate, you got punished for absolutely no reason. You did not deserve that type of punishment. Super sharp play. Yeah, Pacers a little bit hard to talk about. If everyone's in, I think, Halliburton's an interesting tournament play. A couple games ago, played 35 minutes for 50-plus fancy points. Siakam, I would expect him to play mid-30s minutes here. No real, doesn't really stand out. Miles Turner did play a lot. What was it? 2 games ago. 34 minutes. The minutes have been up and down. Like, he only played 19 minutes, too. Like, this Pacers, Carlisle is just such a headache of a coach for this rotation. I want to say Buddy Hield had a pretty good game. He's been playing better of late. I think he needs to play 30-plus minutes. I think you got to have some interest in him with shooting guard small forward eligibility. But, yeah. Let's talk about New York and Brooklyn. So the big news is Isaiah Hartenstein. He's currently questionable. If Hartenstein misses, you might get Jericho Sims in the starting lineup. That's what they did. When Mitchell Robinson first got injured, they started Jericho Sims over Hartenstein and brought Hartenstein off the bench. So they could realistically start Jericho Sims here and then, bring Precious Achua, continue to bring Achua off the bench. But Achua is the better point per minute guy of the two. So either way, whatever happens, I think I prefer Achua. But I do think there's a chance that they start Jericho Sims instead of Achua. But yeah, if Hartenstein's out and Achua starts, I mean, he looks phenomenal. If Sims starts, he'd be reasonable. But again, he's not a great point per minute guy for a big man. But the top two guys, I mean, Brunson and Randall, these guys are just playing huge minutes. They're doing everything for the team. I mean, 60-plus fantasy points in the last two games here for Brunson. Randall went for a 50 bomb last game. Like I said, this is just where the offense is run. Both, I think, look good at 8.7 and 8.6K respectively. The other Knicks, you got OG. I mean, he's playing huge minutes too. 44, 43, 43, 37 minutes. I think he's a very safe play. Dante DiVincenzo with Josh Hart back. Minutes not as secure, so I don't love that. Like him and Hart kind of splitting minutes. They're both kind of secondary plays for me. Hart maybe a little bit easier to get to since he's cheaper. And I'm not going to mess in any of the other values. So, yeah, the big news there is Hartenstein. If Hartenstein plays, if he's available, I actually think he's a pretty good play here at 6.5. But if he misses, then we look to Chua, then we look to Jericho Sims. All right, so for Brooklyn, same guys that have been out. Still no Ben Simmons, still no Day'Ron Sharpe. Nothing really standing out for Brooklyn. I think Mikal Bridges is a reasonable play at 7.5K. Nick Claxton's minutes have ticked up in competitive games. He's been playing 30-plus minutes. We know he's about a fantasy point per minute player, so sub 7K, I think he stands out as a decent point per dollar play. The rest of Brooklyn, you got Cam Thomas at 5.8. I mean, the minutes production been a little bit up and down, but that's kind of what Cam Thomas is, right? He's score independent. He's not making his shots. He has a pretty low floor, but a guy with a pretty high ceiling if he is making his shots. Cam Johnson at 5.7. Minutes have been not great on him, honestly, recently. Probably sees mid-20s or so. More of a secondary play for me. You got Dinwiddie and you got DSJ kind of splitting the point guard position. Last couple games, 30-plus minutes there for Dinwiddie, where DSJ's minutes have ticked down, but we've seen games where DSJ's played a lot more than Dinwiddie, so I think they still kind of ride the hot hand of those two. But at their respective price points, I think you got to give the edge to Dinwiddie. And then the rest of Brooklyn, I mean, you got Dorian Finney-Smith at 4.6, the 3-and-D guy, fair value play. Royce O'Neal, 4.1. The minutes have not been great on him, so I think I'd just rather play Dorian Finney-Smith. So I've got Portland and Oklahoma City. So Portland, there's no Shaedon Sharpe. Anthony Simon, 7.3K. I mean, he is the guy with the high ceiling on this team. I think he's a good tournament play. Jeremy Grant, should play big minutes of the game since competitive. That's a big if. Portland playing on the road here in Oklahoma City. Malcolm Brogdon might be my favorite point per dollar play here, though on the Blazers. Been starting him, playing 30-plus minutes out of the last 3 games, so he looks pretty good. You got DeAndre Ayton at 6.3, minutes. Probably can expect around 30 minutes from him. At that price point, it's fine. Jabari Walker also been playing decent minutes. Only played 22 minutes last game, but before that, 41. So he's been a little bit up and down with the minutes, but reasonable price point makes him viable. You got Scoot that will play some off the bench. He's now at a playable price point. Like they had him like the 7K range for a while, but he's still a risky option. Pretty low floor still. You got Kamara be in the rotation, a little bit of Thibault. None of the value plays I love. I will say, if you think Portland gets destroyed, Kamara is an interesting option because he's going to play no matter what. And he's been closing blowouts when Portland's going to be blown out. So he could have extended if the game does blow out. Now, on the Oklahoma City side, I mean, a lot to like here. If you think the game stays competitive, you got 10K SGA and just a smash spot. Chet Holmgren at 7-1 should be able to feast here against Portland. You got Jalen Williamson playing a lot better, but also playing big minutes, usage up. A lot, like the big three, the top 3 guys here for Oklahoma City look pretty good. You got Giddey at 5.8. The minutes, obviously he's mid-20s minutes. Reasonable option. Lou Dort at 4.9K. Should see low 30s minutes. Another kind of secondary play for me. And then, never going to feel good about anyone off the bench. But yes, you can target Isaiah Joe. He has the ceiling. He's making his shots. Payson Wallace is cheap. He'll be in the rotation at least. Kenneth Williams will kind of round out the rotation too there at 3-1. Utah and New Orleans. So you got Markin at 8-1 and Clarkson at 6.4K. I'm pretty high in both. Clarkson's minutes have ticked up of late, 35, 38 minutes over the last couple games. Lauri Markkanen at 8-1, probably sees mid-30s minutes. So the two main Jazz guys look pretty good. Sexton at 6.2, also minutes have ticked up. If he continues to play like 30-plus minutes, I think he looks really good here. Walker Kessler, 5K. He started the second half last game. He played 30-plus minutes. I'm curious to see if he starts here over John Collins at 4.7. Either way, both seem a little bit underpriced. You got Chris Dunn at 3.9. He played 27 minutes last game. I think on average, he's going to play high teens, low 20s minutes. Olynyk at 3.7. I mean, he will see rotation minutes, and he's not a bad point per minute guy. So there's actually a good amount to like here from Utah. You got Fettuccine Alfredo, too. I mean, he's in the rotation. He seems underpriced. So it's scary. And I know Utah, like the rotation, at times can be a bit inconsistent, but I'm pretty high on a lot of Utah. Let's talk about New Orleans. So Ingram 7-6, in a competitive game, I think we can expect mid-30s minutes from him. He's played a lot better of late. Zion is only 7-4. He should play low 30s minutes. You got CJ at 7K. So I will say, I think the top 3 guys here feel a little bit underpriced. But with New Orleans, when they're fully healthy, it is kind of tough to pick between these guys. Jonas Valanciunas, I don't love the price on him just because he's splitting time right now with Larry Nance. You got Nance at 4.1. Obviously, he's, around 20 minutes. I think he's a fine punt play. I don't know if I get to anyone else like Herb or Trey Murphy or anyone like that. And finally, the Lakers. So we already got news LeBron James out. Anthony Davis looks really good at the top at 10-2. The only concern is, maybe the Lakers get blown out here on the road going up against the Clippers. But, AD has a massive ceiling here without LeBron. And then I'm really high on D'Lo and Reeves. I mean, the minutes have been way up in D'Angelo Russell. He should play mid-30s minutes. I think he looks great. I think Austin Reeves looks really good. He should play 30-ish minutes. And then, Rui, I would expect to start for LeBron. I think he, has the upside to play mid-20s minutes. He's really cheap. Taurean Prince, he'll still play decent minutes too, but 29 minutes last game. I think he looks like a pretty good value. There's a lot to like here from the Lakers. Vanderbilt at 3.7K. I would expect around 20 minutes from him. He's a fine punt play. You got Cam Reddish back in his first game back. He played 21 minutes. There's scary, but there's a lot to like here from the Lakers. And finally, the Clippers. No Zubac, but other than that, the big 3, Kawhi, Paul George, James Harden, all look like reasonable options. None of those guys stand out to me, though. Westbrook is 6K minutes. They've been a little bit up and down, but if you told me Westbrook was going to play like high 20s minutes, I would really like him in this spot. Also, the Clippers could try to go small ball. Sorry, guys. Allergies are killing me here at the end of this video. Plumlee and Tice, I expect to play a good chunk. Good chunk of the center minutes. Plumlee, if he starts, I prefer him. He's the better point per guy of the 2. But Daniel Tice, also viable as well. Basically it for the Clippers. So that's going to wrap it up for the video, guys. The prize picks one up after this. As always, if you do enjoy, make sure to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you guys all in the next video.